And yeah, I will be supporting this bill and I welcome it today. We've been inside here speaking about social housing and council housing, or whatever we used to call it one time, since I was elected to the Dáil in 2000. Before that. And to be honest with you, nothing has progressed. It's got worse and worse and worse it gets. And why? Because we have an unmerciful influx of people. They're coming into my offices every weekend, and I'm presuming every other TD here, pleading with me to get them council houses. Some are 10, 12 years on the council housing list. More are just, like the fellow says, trying to get off the ground. In every way, shape and form, we'll do everything in our control in this country to make sure they never progress. Because if you have a young couple on under-earning as such, or a small income, but quite happy to have a go at buying a house, they can't get a mortgage, they can't get off the ground at all. And by God, for those who have the few quid put together and would do their best to build at home and the family farm, now every obstruction is put before them to make sure that doesn't happen. And it is an appalling situation. I heard a senator in West Cork recently saying there's no issue with planning. Good God Almighty, does he have anyone coming to his office? The whole place is plagued with planning crisis. It's a planning crisis we have at the moment. Genuine applicants being refused for every, don't want to use language in the Dáil here, but some people say, can you kiss me ass reasons? But every kind of reason other than what should be put before them, and that's to cooperate with them and to make sure that the structure is right, and make sure that but every other reason is put before them to make sure it doesn't, and it's pushing everybody towards social housing, council houses, social housing. That's where everybody's moving towards, and the country can't cope with that. And there is opportunities out there, Minister. There's opportunities in rural Ireland, in beautiful towns and villages where they have a lot to offer, and I know quite a lot of them down in West Cork. They're fantastic places to live, great teachers, schools, great community centres, but there's opportunities in them towns and villages if there was grants given to the people who owns some of these houses, or living over the shop, or living whatever it is called, to do up their premises, and a little bit of a tax incentive afterwards to let their premises. And that's what we need to be looking at. You know, and people need to look towards that, and the government needs to look towards that, and it's not looking towards that. And as I said, everybody's looking for a new house in a site, and you're not able to cope with that demand, and never will be able to cope with the demand, because the demand is getting worse. And I have great sympathy, and it was mentioned here earlier on about student accommodation, and I see that people from all over West Cork cannot get accommodation anywhere now in Cork City. We're very, very lucky to have a bus company, a private bus company, West Cork Connect, who started a run from Bantry last week, and is doing it several times a day. Cork, Drimoleague, the Ballineen, the same. He's doing a Skibbereen run from Lepp, Rosscarbery. So that means Clonakilty, Ballinscarty, the Bannon, in Shannon to Cork. And that's happening so many times a day. A private individual doing that type of a run because the children cannot get accommodation in Cork City. I have people coming to me in my own constituency over the weekend. They're looking for accommodation in Galway, they're looking for accommodation in Limerick from West Cork and Dublin. I have no answer for that, unfortunately. There's no accommodation as such, but it's very unfortunate that we have a situation that young people who want to go to college in Cork cannot find accommodation, and only for West Cork Connect and only for that bus company, they'd be absolutely stranded and they'd be left without an education, because of the collapse of the system in this country. So you have the social housing crisis here, you have the students' crisis here, and we'll come back in 12 months' time and we'll talk about the very same things again, because nothing's happening. There's no thinking. The ministers, you're all, I don't know, you're escaped of thought, and you have to wake up to the facts. The facts are, there is properties in rural Ireland that could be turned around here, and if there's a tax incentive, there's grants given, get moving on the issue and try and resolve the situation. Thank you.